Today we are going to go on a virtual field trip. Because I cannot take you all around the world, we are going to do it through Google Earth, and we are going to learn about different ecosystems in the world. First, we are going to look at some mountains in Zhangjiajie, China. So I'll fly there right now. And this is a picture of what the mountains look like. How are these mountains different from the mountains in Provo? Well, first I see that they are more straight, whereas the Utah mountains are more as a triangle. And there's lots of trees, and they're really tall up in the clouds. What kinds of animals live in China mountains as compared to the Utah mountains? In these mountains, there's lots of monkeys that live there, whereas we don't have monkeys in the Utah mountains. If you click on this will take you right into the city of where the mountains are, so that you can explore. And if you look around, you can see all the different tourists going to look at the mountains. You can tell they're really tall. It says the elevation was 176 meters, which is about 535 feet. And you can walk all around in here. There's some Chinese on the rock. So look at those mountains. They're also a different color than the Utah mountains. Is there anything else that you notice that's different about the mountains and the houses? We will get out of this. And next we are going to learn about the desert in Australia. And this is a picture. Do you know what kinds of animals live in the desert? And what kind of plants are different? Because this area looks very dry. And the kangaroos live there, and the dingoes, which is a special type of dog that we don't have in America. And then it's really hot there. I clicked on the degrees so you can see, because right now in Provo it's around 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and there it's 109 degrees, so it is really hot there. This is the biggest desert that Australia has. So you can kind of see how the land looks. It is also a different color. Next, we are going to fly to Alaska, which is a wetland. As you can see all the water next to the mountains. What do you think happens when all the snow melts off the land? It forms a river that goes to the lake. Next, we're going to look at this area because it has a lot of volcanoes. So let me click on the volcanoes and zoom out a little bit. That's where we were with the wetlands. Do you see all the volcanoes? Why do you think there's so many volcanoes? Well, I notice that the water looks different here, where the land is coming together. So there's a lot of volcanoes. The more you zoom in, the more you can see. I wonder how that affects the land in Alaska. What do you think? I also clicked on the degrees here to compare to the desert in Australia. You can see that it is 25 degrees. Oh, there we go. 25 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's going to be snowing. In Australia, it would not be snowing because in the desert it is really hot. Oh, whoops. Each of these these ecosystems has different temperatures, which is also called climate. They have different plants and different animals that live in the ecosystem. Where in Alaska we would have animals that could live in the cold, Australia can only have animals that are used to the warm weather. And China has a variety of all three. Let me zoom out and show you. This is where we are in Provo with the airplane. And then Alaska's up here, which is the sun, which is kind of funny because it's really cold. And then if you scroll, if you go across the ocean, there's the desert in Australia and the mountains in China. Now we are going to make up our own country somewhere in the world, and we are going to discuss ecosystems and plants and animals that can live in those different ecosystems. Thank you for joining me on the trip, and I am looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with.